Hi everyone and welcome to The Learning Ladder. I am doing a collaboration with World.Quiet and Rooted in Rest, their homeschool show and tell videos again. I did a couple of them last year and it was lots of fun, so I'm looking forward to doing them again this year. The first one is called Meet the Teacher, so basically you answer 10 actually questions, and let's just get started. I'll leave the playlist below so you can check out everyone else who's participated. So the first question is introduce yourself, so hello. You already know who I am, but I'm Isabella. If you are new, welcome. I'm a homeschool mum of one. My daughter is 8 years old and we are going into 4th grade in September. I have been homeschooling from the beginning, which actually I should not answer that question because it's the next one, but I have homeschooled from the beginning. Prior to homeschooling, I've worked since I was 14. I've worked with animals, I have worked with children, so I worked in early years education. I did my nurse training and worked with oncology patients. I've worked in fraud and investigations. I've worked in HR. So yeah, I've done quite a lot of jobs in my lifetime. Once I had my daughter, I went back to university and was doing my English literature degree, but I had to pause because the fees went up dramatically. So it was £500 per unit when I started, it went up to 9,000 and I just couldn't afford to do that. So I've done some of my English literature but not all of it. I love to write, and I love nature, I love reading. So yeah, that's about me in a nutshell. The next question is, how many years have you homeschooled? So we have homeschooled, I have homeschooled, I would say we because I feel like me and my daughter are a team. We homeschool together, but I have homeschooled from the beginning. So preschool, pre-K, 4, kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and we're about to approach 4th grade. So there you go, do the math. Do you have a homeschool style? So yes, I would say we're very literature based, so we love books. So Charlotte Mason aspects definitely. I do have some classical elements in there too, so I'd say a cross between more towards Charlotte Mason with little bits of classical sprinkled in, but I'm also eclectic because I like creating my own resources. I have my own Teachers Pay Teachers store where I make my own products. I like tailoring education to my daughters, so I'd say eclectic Charlotte Mason would be my strongest, but I also do like to sprinkle in some classical in there too. Okay, the next question is, what is your favourite subject to teach? My favourite thing initially was, and always has been, science, but I absolutely loved teaching my daughter to read, and that was such an amazing journey. So I would say definitely teaching my daughter to read was my favourite, but starting from preschool, definitely the science, getting all the goo out and doing all the experiments, so fun. So after that, as I said, English, language arts is one of my favourites, but I also really love history. History was my favourite subject in school, and it's still one of my favourite things to teach because you can bring it to life. You can do all the field trips, see all the historical sites. I would absolutely love to go to one of those retreats where you go back in time and have to live like a pioneer. That would just be so cool. I would absolutely love that. Riding my horse. No, so cool. So I love history. So basically language arts, English, history and science are my favourite subjects to teach. The next question is, if you could only choose 3 homeschool tools, what would they be? Books. Does that class as a tool? Well, it is in my home. So books. Something to write on, so a whiteboard or something like that, and the internet, because you can get everything from the internet. What inspires you as a teacher is the next question, and basically to know that I'm setting up my daughter up for a life that she can do whatever she wants with. So to open her eyes to possibilities, to make her excited to learn about things, to want to pick up a book and go into an imaginary world and pretend she's one of the characters, and just spark imagination and creativity in her, so that she can do whatever she wants, because I think to have choice in life is one of the most important things, and to be able to give my daughter an education where she has the choice of what she wants to do with her life and she has the tools to create that life that she wants is what really inspires me the most. And also just seeing her get excited and the light bulb moments that her I really get that moment where it's suddenly something clicks, and I've seen it from the beginning and it's so magical, and I couldn't imagine and I wouldn't want to missing those first learning to read moments, and it makes me sad when parents think they can't teach their children, like how can I teach my child to read and everything else. You'd be amazed. Women and men, well, mostly women, have been doing it for generations prior to compulsory schooling, so you can do it. It is possible, and it's a magical experience. So basically she inspires me, my daughter inspires me, because I want her to have everything she wants in life, and I want to equip her for a healthy, happy life. Okay, are you an early bird or a night owl is the next question. And I'd say night owl, but not to the extent where you know, I've never been the sort of person who would go out and party all night or anything like that. So it's more night owl of reading a book or watching a series. It's not, you know, anything adventurous in terms of that. So a night owl in terms of reading or staying up to watch a movie. But I don't mind getting up early, and especially if we've got somewhere exciting to go to, then I'm not grumpy in the morning or anything like that. As long as I've had my 7 hours, I'm good. Next question is, what is your favourite teacher treat? Coffee, tea, candy or chocolate? Definitely I am made of chocolate. If you were to slice me open, I'd say a good half of me is chocolate because I just love the stuff. Everything in moderation. Don't overeat it. Overindulge. It's a treat. The next question is, do you prep and plan or go with the flow? And I would say I definitely prep and plan, but I do change things off the cuff. So for example, if something's not going well, I can adapt, or if I get a better idea, or my daughter actually comes to me and says, I want to do this instead. This happened this year. I had it all planned in terms of what we were going to do for science, and then she turned around and said to me, I want to do Magic School Bus Science. So I decided not to buy the curriculum I was going to buy and made her own science because that's what she wanted. So I can go with the flow. What is something you really enjoy outside of being a homeschool parent is the last question. And I would say reading, 1,000,000%. I love to read. I also love to write. I self-published 3 of my books, and I'm currently finishing the 4th. So writing is huge. I also love, as I said, history, so visiting historical sites. I love nature. I love going for walks and discovering things. But another huge passion is I love animals. So if animals are involved in anything, you know, you would never guess that 6 dogs, but yeah. And a cat. So anything to do with nature is just amazing. I love water. Silly things like I love ice skating, which sounds really pathetic, but it's an amazing sport. You have to appreciate figure skating. So yeah, that's pretty much me. So that's everything I enjoy outside of being a homeschool parent. So I hope that was interesting for you. You got to hear a little bit more about me, and I'll see you in our next video. I think the next one for the collab is a plan with me. So definitely, if you have a YouTube channel, join, because it's fun. You get to meet other homeschool families from all over the world. And realise you're not the only one, and it doesn't matter if your method is different than someone else's, because we all make it work in our own way, because we are all unique. So I'll see you in our next video. Take care. Bye for now.